Can you help me? Leon asked. We have to think over it, the voice answered. We will keep in touch. Leon hung up when he heard the dialing tone. He didn't like being in touch with an unknown voice, neither playing out of the yellow garment. Still, knowing they had killed his wife, he felt grateful for his living. He dialed again, still from the sofa, to phone his job to tell he wasn't going to work. He didn't give more explanations. It wasn't the right thing, but he needed time to lay the foundations of their happiness. He just knew that in few minutes there would be a phone call back that would ask for explanations, but he wouldn't answer. The phone rang persistently for 15 minutes until the servant arrived for the errands and picked up the phone without questions. "Hello?" the servant said. "Who are you?" the metallic voice said. "Excuse me? What do you want?" the servant said at the top of her voice. "What happens? What are those shouts?" Leon asked, going out of the sitting room. "That people that had no more to do but disturb decent families," the servant answered while hung up the phone. Leon tried to hide the sharp pain in the heart that meant, perhaps, having lost the last chance to make up his wife, going back to the sitting room. He closed the curtains, and in the dark prayed for the phone rang again, and it did. "Leon, what does mean you don't come to work today?" "You had to let us know in advance. We counted on you," the boss argued. Leon listened, the telling off with a distance. He knew very well he was not essential, nor would happen anything if he didn't go to work, and if pressed, any day. He moved the receiver away from the ear enough not to be disturbed by the shouts, but they needed to guess when he had to make a grunt of submissiveness. It didn't last too much. It finished when the boss got tired to talk him into give him a day off due to his wife's death, although he could do nothing for the poor woman then. They had just delivered this envelope on the letterbox. I wasn't fast enough to see who, the servant said with the voice of half being not in a hurry because she was not interested in. She left the letter on the side table and leaving the door opened, a thing that extremely bothered Leon. The woman had came in without knocking and had left the door opened, he thought. The paranoia told him that she wanted to know. He got up. First, he took the letter and with it in his hand went to the door. He opened the door completely, pretending to discover the servant hidden behind. She wasn't. She didn't mind her boss's life in the slightest, neither the letters without sender, not in the joke phone calls. He closed the door and opened the envelope. Inside, there was a card similar to the one the bodyguard had given him at the house of his wife's secretary. At first, he thought it was the same. He couldn't remember the number, but the phone numbers looked the same. He broke it into pieces and dropped it in the dustbin. Afterwards, he took the jacket to take it to the dry cleaners. Then the card the bodyguard had given to him fell to the ground. He looked at it without enthusiasm. "Where is the sticky tape?" he asked, nervous, while he walked illogically all around the house, seeking desperately for a sticky tape that let him rebuild the broken card. Suddenly he stopped seeking and went back to the sitting room, emptied the dustbin out on the side table, mixing the content on the top easy to distinguish with the dust of the day before that the servant hadn't collected yet. He spread the mixture, eagerly searching for white pieces that matched it. "The sticky tape, is it there or what?" he shouted. The servant didn't answer. She was at the kitchen putting the shopping on the fridge before they went off. After all, she didn't think that a grown man needed help for that business. "The sticky tape," he ordered. This time she paid attention. It was the first time since she worked there she had heard her boss ask for something with such interest that it seemed real. "There isn't sticky tape at home. I found this among the kids' things," she said, giving him a bottle of white glue. Leon took it, didn't even look to it. She got surprised to see him searching on the dust with that eager, and worked out how expensive Box's whims would cost to her.